Hello, guys, and welcome to another edition of Pink Sock Podcast. We have Hamie of Heavy Pettin. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing fine, thank you. You guys looking good? Sounds good, man. You having a nice day?
Yeah, having a fantastic day, brother.
It's an early morning for me.
He's over in Australia. He's down under.
Dude, man. Good God.
Yeah. It's 6:03 in the morning.
Wow.
It's a morning podcast for him.
Yeah, every podcast that I do is a morning podcast.
He's also in the future.
So I'm like 18 hours ahead from you guys, I believe. So there you go.
Good golly, man. That's right. Wild. That's a hell of a plane flight. I know that. Shit.
Yeah. Like 2 days or something like that.
Yeah.
So you guys recently reunited in 2017, correct?
Yeah. 2017. We started talking 2016, and I called the guys and see who was all interested and all that kind of stuff. And we'd been asked for years to get back together, mostly whether it was from Japan or Europe and Europeans. And we just everybody would agree at the time, but then as time went on, everybody would go, nah. Somebody would always back out. So when I called in 2016, everybody, as usual, everybody said yes. But so it kind of progressed. It got better, but individually, couple of the guys backed out again. And so, but the other three, we were like, you know what? Let's keep it going this time. Let's just not cave and go, nah, let's not do it. So we did. And then we did one show in 2017 just to test the water. And we did a festival, and it went great. Everybody loved it. We enjoyed it. We loved it. And then we went out on tour in Europe for the first time in a long time in 2018, and had great success. Had a great time. Did the same in 2019, and then we were in America 2020, and we just finished the Monsters of Rock cruise when COVID hit, and just basically shut the world down. And so the rest of the guys want to get the last flights back out, and that was it. So all the hard work we'd done kind of get screwed through the whole COVID thing. So it was basically starting again when we went back out last year, which was pretty wild. But
so what caused you guys to break up the first time? Because didn't you guys split in 1987, if I'm not mistaken?
Everybody's got different thingies about that, because the original bunch of us I think Gordon was the first one to go in 87, and then we kept it going, and I think it was more lit. By the time I was the last man standing, and by the time I decided to call it a day, it was like 90 or something like that. 80, I think it was 90. And then but it was just the usual stuff. Everybody, we'd been together for so long, and we were all friends, and so if you think, just like any band, everybody started. I mean, we toured the world constantly. We album tour, and then everybody just had their own demons, and it just got to that point where it was like, nah, nobody liked to be in the same room with each other, and it was pretty wild, And the funny thing is, we've all got different memories of it, some good, some bad, and when I would talk to Gary at times, the drummer, and he would say his version, and I'm going, really that happened, I mean, I don't remember that part. Here's my story, and then he'd go, well, no. So but it's all cool, man. It's so we're back playing, and it's gone great. So we get new management now. Sean Baruch at a Music Gallery International, so American-based company. Damn. And so we're getting ready to. We've got the 40th anniversary album coming out of Letting Loose of the first album, and then we're going to tour with that in the summer in Europe, and then we're going to release a brand new album, which I'm really excited about, and that's going to come out likely October, depending what label we land with, and what after we talk to them, decide what we're going to do. But I'd imagine it would come out in the fall, and then we'll start playing with that, and we'll come to America in 2004, and really start hammering that. So
So
I'm
this
really
would,
excited because the music's great. It sounds awesome.
so this would be your guys' first album in a while of
Oh,
original.
hell yeah. Yeah, this will be the first brand new one since 1989, likely. Yeah. 87,
Damn, dude.
88, yeah. So,
Damn.
yeah, and it's amazing. I mean, it sounds, I wish I could play you some stuff, man, but it's like, it absolutely sounds awesome. You know, it's heavy shit, and it's good. Melodic, I mean, as well. Obviously, my vocals and or the backing vocals that I always write and stuff, or the melodies, but it is really, really good. We're highly excited about it. And I know everybody says that, but
I'm excited for you because like it's got to be kind of nerve-wracking though to release an album after all this time.
It is, yeah. But there's also that other part where it's like we don't want to just be that you know, that kind of heritage legend kind of band that everybody knows is about for Europe and all that stuff. That that's Heavy Pettin, that we're the big band in the 80s and all that stuff, and we play all the same thing. So I'm excited to go out and play new stuff rather than play, even though I know there's a place in my heart and Heavy Pettin got successful because of the old songs. But I'd really like to go out and play all the new stuff and let people hear it and get and see how everybody takes to it and see if they like it or not. I mean, obviously, there's going to be people that hate it, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that like it. So I'm excited because everybody's better now. We're all older, and everybody's better at their craft than what they were when we were kids. You know, I'm a better singer now, better guitar players, so everything's better. So I just hope that everybody thinks the songs are better and everybody digs them. So
that reminds me of what like Bruce Dickinson said when he got back with Iron Maiden. He's like, I don't want to be a legacy band. He's like, I don't want to go on tour until we have new music. So like,
and they've done great because I think if you think about it, there's not that many big bands that have the balls to keep on going out and doing new material and releasing albums. You know, there's a lot of them just stay and go out and tour and fill stadiums and do whatever and play their old stuff, which is fantastic. That's great. But I got a lot of respect for other guys that just keep on doing it and keep on writing and getting out and playing more music. You know, I love Maiden's new stuff. Obviously, you know the old stuff better, but I love the new stuff. I love Priest's new stuff.
Oh, Priest is so good.
So AC/DC's new stuff just sounds like AC/DC's old stuff. So there's never really a difference. You know what I mean? It's not like
it's always the same.
Yeah, they're one of my heroes. You know what I mean? But I still love it. It's like, it sounds like AC/DC. That's awesome. Let's go. But
see, you know it's an AC/DC song just by that first guitar riff.
Oh yeah.
The free chord progression.
And another thing, I mean, when you listen to me, and I've got some friends that don't agree with me, but I mean, I love Ozzy's new stuff. I mean, his last, my favorite album, obviously, to me was, I thought No More Tears. And that was in 2000 something. That was awesome. But his latest stuff, the last 2 albums that he's done, shit, Ordinary Man, you know, I mean, that to me, that was killer. You know,
the one that Tony Iommi did in his latest album, like for guitars, was actually pretty good.
Oh yeah,
like very, very Sabbath-ish, like very Black Sabbath.
Yeah, it sounded like a Black Sabbath song on an Ozzy record, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. But which is him and like Tony Iommi,
pretty much,
with special guest.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So, speaking of Ozzy, though, you did tour with Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh yeah, yes, we did. That was an interesting.
Wild.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
Any wild stories?
Yeah, there's a lot of stories, but I couldn't tell you them all because I'd like to get sued or something bad would happen. But I mean, there was crazy stuff. I mean, simple stuff. When I remember, I don't remember where we were or what country we were in, but I remember we would check into the hotels, and it was all the stuff you used to read as kids, like, you know, that somebody would show up in the room, you know, after the gig or after they'd been drinking and all that, and they'd go into the room and there would be nothing in the room. You know what I mean? They'd be like, but absolutely nothing in there going, shit, is this my room? And they go back out and go in and all this kind of stuff. And but that's what we all used to do. And Ozzy was always one of the big ringleaders. Whoever he would pick on, that was it. He would go up and he'd make everybody, man, carry out the beds, everything would get taken out of the room, and it would all get thrown in a stairwell in the hotel and all that stuff, man. And whoever it was would come up and walk in the room, there'd be bugger all in there, and they would be freaking. And it was like, and we'd all be in the back corridor going, this is so cool. You know what I mean? Because we were just kids, and it was like, damn. But so stuff like that would happen all the time. And obviously there's a lot of drinking and other stuff, excess of stuff, but dude, the real crazy stuff, no, I know that you've read about, but he was awesome. He was, and you know what, with Ozzy, as he really was one of the funniest guys I'd ever met. Seriously, I mean, he was always on, and he would just say stuff, and you would just be like, damn. And you would be in tears, you know what I mean? You would just hope that you never had a mouth full of alcohol because you were just spitting it back out, you know what I mean?
I heard something about Ozzy Osbourne that you could clarify since you've met him and you've toured with him. I read somewhere that the reason why he stutters the way he does is because he's camera shy and stage fright. He's not that way when you actually hang out with him, at least not as bad. Is that true?
I don't know about the stutter thing. I don't remember him ever starting, but he actually was quiet. He was quiet and shy when you had him off stage. Mm-hmm. But like everybody, once you start, you drinking and hanging out, you know, and you open up and you're with people that you know and trust and all that kind of stuff. But he really was one of the funniest dudes I've ever met. He was classic.
That's fucking awesome. By the way, you guys did announce recently you're going to be playing at this festival. Oh,
yeah, that's right. Yes, we are. Looking forward to that. That's going to be in Munich. I think that's August 26th. Yeah, that's the first. Actually, that's the first show, I think, the tour. So, because I'll fly into London and then we'll start rehearsals in August, beginning of August. And then I think that's the first show, unless we sneak in a quiet one first somewhere, just unannounced, and just go play a pub. To
find tickets for these events, your website is what, heavypettin.com?
Yeah, Heavy Pettin Official 23. Okay. Yeah. And they'll be able to find it. Or else you can actually go to the actual site, which is for those guys, and it's in Munich in Germany. So, but we've got it all advertised on our Facebook pages and Instagram and all that. So you can just go to, especially the Heavy Pettin Official 2023. So
it's fucking awesome. So I saw this picture on Facebook.
Okay.
I'm wondering how'd this come about? How much drinking was involved?
Shit, God. I'm sure. I mean, good. All I can say is I am so glad that we never played in an era that they had all the stuff that they have today. You know what I mean? Can you imagine if they had all the Apple phones and Facebook and all that other stuff? Because everybody films everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We would all be in jail. It would be crazy. It would be crazy. I don't think there's no way that any band that was playing and touring at that time could get away with the stuff that we did now. You know what I mean? Now there'd be no chance. It would be amazing. Everybody would be in jail.
Yeah, that's what I always hear, especially with some of the road stories you hear.
Yeah.
Like, especially, did you ever watch that documentary series that they did with Motley Crue and Ozzy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some of that shit would have gotten them arrested if there was cameras back then.
Oh, yeah, that was the Dirt.
No, they did a VH1 one too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And all that stuff was true. It was every night because we toured with both of them. And it was just insanity. It was like, I remember when we first played in America, and we were shocked that the amount of stuff that was going on and what you could get away with, you know, and it was like, wow, okay, cool, let's go. And then it was like winding up 5 guys and just letting us loose. And so it was crazy. Trying to keep up with the crew and stuff was always a hard task, but there was 5 guys who were willing to try.
They're willing to die trying.
Yes, yeah.
So, who was your favorite tour if you had to pick?
I think for different reasons, for different things. Obviously, I think that the Motley Crue, the Shout at the Devil tour, was one of my favorites because I became, we all did, but I became really good friends with Nicky and Tommy, and so I enjoyed. We just hung out all the time. So that was a great tour. That was fantastic. But also, I think one of my favorites was Kiss. We did the Lick It Up tour with Kiss.
Nice.
And they were heroes of mine growing up. So to watch and and this is no lie. I mean, I would stand at the side of the stage every night and watch them, and I never get tired of it. It was crazy, it was, so I enjoyed that. But I think the Crue for being out of control and participating in it all and and enjoying every bad minute of it, it was awesome. So
when you toured with Ozzy, were you a fan of Sabbath going into it?
Actually, I would say I was one of the only guys in the band. I might have been the only guy in the band that was never a big Black Sabbath fan. I was an Ozzy fan.
Mm-hmm.
I loved I preferred the solo stuff than Black Sabbath. And this is a sacrilege, I guess, but my favorite Black Sabbath stuff was Dio. So
my dad would say the same thing too.
Yeah. So I had to keep that quiet during that tour. I had to keep that quiet. But no, I preferred Ozzy's solo stuff,
So what's your favorite Ozzy Osbourne album?
Like I said, I think No More Tears is likely it now. When I heard that, I thought that was just absolutely fantastic. But like album. I said, I love Ordinary Man. I love that now. But his last 2 albums, Ordinary Man and then the new one, Patient Number 9, whatever, I think they just sound awesome. But No More Tears, I think, is one of my favorite albums.
That's a great album, though. I can't fucking blame you for that one. That's
I thought No More Tears was the best sounding album. Like it was
definitely
well mixed, well produced, and obviously
Yeah.
Zach White was on there. But
no, I agree. I thought it was just a class up for the other albums. Definitely when that came out, it was like, wow, okay, this is really cool. But I mean, obviously, I love Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, I love Randy Rhoads playing in Blizzard Voice and all that stuff. But
they're classics.
No More Tears is my go-to.
Jakey Lee was good too.
Jakey was awesome. Jakey is a great guitar player. He was really underestimated, I think. So that was kind of sad. But when we toured with Ozzy, Jakey was a guitar player, and Jakey was fantastic. He really was. He was something special. And obviously,
I reckon all the rock albums that came out in the 90s were like well produced and well recorded back then. Because was it Motley Crue? Dr. Feelgood came out in the 90s, like early 90s, correct?
89, yeah. I think I was like 89.
Almost close to the 90s. That was well mixed.
That was Bob Rock, I think, didn't it? Because at one point, I think from obviously things changed a lot when Mutt Lange did Highway to Hell. When he did that Highway to Hell album, for me anyway, that was just awesome. Then he moved on to obviously Def Leppard and stuff. But and Mike Stone, when he did the Journey stuff, that was good. A lot softer, but it was still a great rock AOR sound and stuff. But I loved Mutt Lange's AC/DC sounding. And then when he did High and Dry and all that with Def Leppard, then obviously Pyromania was just like when Pyromania came out, that was like a complete game changer production wise for everybody.
That's a damn good album.
Yeah, that was pretty intense. And then Bob Rock started coming to the fore, and obviously he did Metallica and stuff, and that was awesome. So yeah, I agree with you. I think late 80s, a lot of this stuff, other than Mutt, there's certain guys. I mean, Martin Birch did awesome with Iron Maiden, their sound, but I mean, Maiden were just awesome. So it was easy to
Maiden will forever be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think Maiden has a bad album, to be honest with you, through all the
No.
vocalists they've had. And I don't think they
They're
have.
all good.
People pick on Blaze Bailey a lot, but I thought he was a good vocalist too.
Yeah, that's kind of strange. I never. We actually did some shows. We did some festivals, and Blaze's band was playing on the same festival, on the same bill. And I got to meet him a couple of times and just hang out, have a beer and stuff. And he was the nicest dude.
Yeah, he's crazy though. He's wild.
Yeah. Yeah. But he was cool though. It was fun.
Like, it seems like out of all the vocalists they've had, he was the wild one. Because Bruce Dickinson, he's wild on stage, but he seems kind of more like calm off stage. From the interviews I've seen with Blaze, he's like loud.
Well, I think it would be hard to. That would be a hard deal because if you think about it, I mean, yeah, you want to be famous and be in a big rock band and all that, but then you join this band and you know that you have to be just as good or better than Bruce Dickinson, and that would be a hard that would be a hard thing to do. You
have
know?
to be better than this dude who's a fencer who flies planes.
Yeah. So,
to be the
awesome.
lead singer for Iron Maiden, you have to learn to fly a plane.
Yeah.
Be a fencer.
Yeah, protect yourself, whip out a sword every now and again.
Yeah.
See, that's what you guys are missing. You guys need to learn.
That's it. I mean, somebody needs to be a fencer and somebody needs to learn how to fly a plane.
Because that'd be cheaper. Just get your own. Just get your own fucking plane.
That's it. I'm struggling with a boat at the moment. I think I would crash a plane.
I'll just pay someone to fly me, man. Fuck that.
Well, that's that. There's always that, you know.
I can see the news article now. Heavy Pettin survives plane crash.
Plane crash, you know. Did any of them know how to fly? No, they just pressed the buttons.
Yeah, I thought this was the autopilot.
Exactly. I thought autopilot was supposed to take care of this. Excuse me, why are you drinking back here? Shouldn't you be flying the plane? Oh, I thought the autopilot did that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that person that tried suing an RV company because they hit the auto control or whatever on it, and they went back to the bathroom, came back, they're wrecked into a tree?
That's funny.
Wow.
They're like, I thought it was going to drive itself.
Man, that is There's a lot of crazy people in the world.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, especially us. We name our podcast Pink Sock. I don't know if you know what that is.
No,
but you've been on the road with Ozzy, so you've heard some fucked up shit. Pink Sock is actually a slang term for a prolapsed rectum.
Honestly?
Yeah. Funny story about that name. It wasn't supposed to be an interview type show at first. It was just me and some buddies in a basement fucking off, telling jokes or whatever. So we came up with the name Pink Sock. Well, as it evolved, we gained Gorak. Tony left. We started doing interviews, and it's a little too late to change the name now. So,
wow.
So
well, that's that. Well, it does sound pretty cool, but that's pretty wild.
It's a clever name because it sounds innocent, and I don't really.
It does.
Oh, it
does. I get asked this, like, you know, why call Pinsock? I'm like, hey, I didn't come up with the name. I'm just the co-host.
Yeah, don't ask, don't tell. Don't ask, don't tell.
No.
Wow. So how did you two become co-hosts and stuff like that?
Well, here's the thing. When we first started Pink Sock Podcast, we started to do the interview thing. I became friends with Ryan Roxie, who plays guitar for Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
And Gorak is also a fan of Alice, and he was watching Ryan Roxie's podcast. So was I. We met through that because we did live streams with Ryan, and I interviewed Ryan, and that's when me and Gorak kind of
awesome, man,
came together.
And who's
I
not
became like a regular guest?
Yeah, who's not a fan of Alice Cooper?
Not a fan of Alice Cooper. Let's be real, you know.
Did you ever get to do shows with Alice?
No, never. I would love to. I would. You know, maybe that might happen in the future, but I would love to. I've been my best friend who isn't in music and all that stuff, but we've been best friends since we're 5 years old, and we met in primary school, and so we've remained friends through all the shit and everything, all my life with music and all that, and him living his life. But when we were kids, we'd sit and listen to Alice Cooper's albums all the time, you know. So both of us are major Alice Cooper fans, so which is pretty neat.
Alice is freaking incredible. He still to this day puts on some of the best shows.
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
They never disappoint. Like it's different, but he still puts on like a 110% level.
And how old is Alice now? Alice is what? 75, 78 or something?
He just celebrated his 75th birthday, I do believe.
75? Is he 75? Wow.
Last month, he celebrated his 75th birthday, and he's just announced not too long ago 4 or 5 different tours.
Wow. See, that's good. Maybe we can. I know that Sean. I know our manager, Sean Baruch, is best friends with Alice's manager. So you never know.
Get hooked up. Hook a brother up. Tell him that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, that's cool. And I mean, it's amazing because he's doing the, I don't know if he's doing the South American leg of the stuff, but he's doing the World Stadium tour with Leopard and the Crew.
Yeah, he is. He announced that he's doing a North American and South American tour, and he's going to be touring. He's touring the UK with Hollywood Vampires. He's doing a tour with Def Leppard. He's doing a tour with Rob Zombie, and he's doing a solo tour.
Wow.
So that should keep him busy to the end of the year, really.
Yeah.
And then he has an album to record, I believe.
Yeah, I heard he was going to do a new album. So that's exciting.
I'm like, goddamn, how do you find time?
Yeah.
You make time.
Like, damn.
Well, that's how it is in the music business.
You got to do it while you're hot, you know, and obviously it's kind of strange because he's doing all that stuff now. And it seems like over the last few years, he's bigger now than he was like 15, 20 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
So, which is
Love It to
awesome.
Death is still my favorite album, though.
Oh, yeah. I like Killer, but I mean, Love It.
Killer's a good album. Killer is a killer album.
Yeah.
One of my favorite modern Alice albums, though, has to be Along Came a Spider.
Oh, yeah.
That should have been a horror movie, that too.
Yeah, they could have done a horror movie with it.
Yeah. And I know it's kind of lame to say, but I still really enjoy every now and again I slip on to Nightmare. So
Nightmare is a classic. I've got that album signed.
That's
you do? Awesome.
Yeah. I met him like 6 years ago.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he seems to be. People I know him, people that are friends of mine know him, and they all say the same thing. He's a really nice guy. So
I've met him a couple times. He has a really cool band too. They're all cool. It's like he gravitates a bunch of cool people because he's had so many lineup changes, but not one of them left due to ill terms.
Yeah. One of my really good friends, one of my best friends. In fact, he was best man at my wedding. Damon Johnson was his guitar player for a long time. So,
yeah, he's great too. Yeah.
I've not met him, but I've heard interviews with him, and he seems like a really great guy too.
Yeah, DJ's good. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's playing with Skinner now. So
nice.
he's doing Brother Kane. He's doing his own band, Brother Kane, but he also sides with Leonard Skinner.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
That's cool as shit. I didn't know he was with Skinner. I knew he.
So, I mean, Skinner were obviously like most people for the South in America. They're heroes, you know, and so Damon grew up playing all Leonard Skinner and Thin Lizzy and stuff like that, or the twin lead guitar stuff. But Skinner. So basically, he's accomplished 2 great things in his life. Two his hero bands he's been guitar player for. He was guitar player for Thin Lizzy, and now he was a guitar player for Leonard Skinner. So,
I saw him with Thin Lizzy when they opened up for Kiss and Motley Crue.
Yeah,
I can't remember what year it was, but they were good too.
Thin Lizzy is such an underrated band.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, shit. When I first heard that twin lead guitar stuff playing in the 70s, it was just awesome.
Way ahead of their time.
Yeah, way ahead of their time.
Like you can listen to some of their shit now, and it sounds like something that would have been written nowadays. Like, like what the hell?
Yeah.
So what all do you guys have going on besides this festival? Things that you want to promote?
Now we're going to show. Like I said, we're going to release the the 40th anniversary. That'll likely come out in the summer. We're just Sean's dealing with labels at the moment to see which label's going to do it, release it. But we already have it mixed in the bag. It's just a question, okay, who's going to distribute it for us? So we're going to do that, the 40th anniversary. Then we're finishing up. I'm finishing up vocals and stuff. Going to get the new album out. That'll come out in hopefully in the fall. We'll land a label for that. We're talking to like 3 or 4 labels just now. Actually, we just need to kind of finalize which one we're going to go with, and then we're going to go out and play, starting with that German show for about 3 months in Europe, and just do the 40th anniversary. And we'll just play the whole album from back to front, and then we'll throw in some of the new stuff. We'll come back out and play for 30 minutes and play some other stuff, whatever, and do that. So I'm looking forward to that. So that will take us up through the year. And then hopefully, if the management company does their proper due diligence and work and gets it together, we will be in America in 24. So
that'd be cool.
Whenever you guys get this album released and announce that 2024 tour, we'd love to have you back on.
I'll definitely be back, man. As soon as we get it released, I'd love to. I'll get it. I'll get you guys a copy and stuff because I'd love to get both your opinions on the whole thing.
We do a Reacts channel, so we could do a full review of the album on our Reacts.
Oh, that would be awesome. No, that would be awesome.
You can be a guest if you like.
You can be a guest if you want. You could watch us react to it. Hopefully, it's a good album. Just kidding.
God, that sucked.
Yeah, this first song was a little bit different to the other one, but it was not too bad.
Yeah. So no, definitely, I'm in on that, man. I'm seriously in. So
all right, just have Tom send us a copy.
Yeah,
when
I'll talk to Tom and I'll bring my guitar player on with me, Dave. He'll come on and do it with me. So that would be great.
Sweet, that works for me. Anything else you want to promote, bud, before we let you go?
No, man, you're fine. I appreciate your time and thank you. So I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It was nice. It's been a pleasure meeting you guys. I look forward to talking to you again.
Your hair looks good too.
Your hair looks amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, what shampoo do you use?
I don't know. My wife buys it and it's in the shower.
Because I'm still trying to.
Damn it, Gorak. But it was nice talking with you, buddy. I would love to have you back on.
Take it light, guys. Thank you so much for your time.
You have a good one, buddy. Live long, rock hard, everyone.
Thank you,
buddy.
Bye-bye.
Much love.